Why Nigerian youths are wrongly profiled across the world. One of the reasons we're talking about Nigerian youths is simply because sometimes you find out when you head out of this country, there is a certain way and manner you are reacted to. People just, talk to you as if they've known you from somewhere, or they have a particular kind of impression about you. And you keep asking the question, Kinimushi, what exactly happened? These are some of the reasons why some people don't even want to travel at all, or when they travel, they get maltreated, they get badly treated by people around them, even by the government, sometimes by the police abroad, they get treated anyhow. But there are important reasons we need to take into consideration to find out exactly why Nigerian youths are mistreated and wrongly profiled across the world. Dr. Precious.
Pretty interesting, hard conversations. Thanks for that introduction. It's a beautiful one. I'll just go straight to numbering them, and then we can now talk about each of them.
Okay.
Number one, appearance and dress code. If you don't want to be profiled negatively, you need to be cautious of what you wear, be cautious of how you look. It's not enough for you to just get into a car and drive. You should be conscious of how clean you are. Comb your hair, dress well. If you have dreads, pack them. Appear decent. You see, the way you dress is the way you will be addressed. The way you appear is the way you will be appealed to. So it's really important that your appearance and your dress code is paramount. Number two, you see, your flamboyant lifestyle. Most of the times, if you're coming out and you're too flamboyant with the gold, eyes on my neck, eyes on my wrists, and you're showing off everything, you attract the attention of this man. And that's why I want to give you a technique. Even if you are, I'm not saying you shouldn't look good, I'm not saying you shouldn't look cute, I'm not saying you shouldn't look smart. Anybody who knows me well will know Dr. Perez is always on suits on Fridays, but I decided to dress this way today to make the young men understand that there's nothing wrong with wearing a hoodie and wearing trainers with jeans and all that, but there is everything wrong when you are on drugs. And this is a very important point. If you are looking suspicious and then you are high, I wrote something down. I said, if you are always high, you will soon die. If you are always high, you will soon die. You have a problem. You see, when you're composed and an officer pulls you over, I drive in this same Lagos, and they pull you over, park. The first thing you should do is try to capture the name tag on the officer's clothes, and address him with confidence and respect by his name. Officer Emeka, good morning, sir. How are you today? He will reply, I'm fine. How are you? What do you have for us? Where are you coming from? Where are you going to? Oh, I'm going to so place. You are doing a good job. Well done. They will let you. But when you are scared, there's a way law enforcement agents look at you when they pull you over. The first word that comes out of your mouth sells you off. There is no confidence. There is that timidity. It's like you're a criminal. So they profile you. But when you call them by name, you look into their eyes, you ask them, how is your job? How are you doing today? They see you as somebody who knows his onion. You know what you're doing. And then they let you go peacefully. But by the time you start talking in a funny way, you start twisting your tongue, you start trying to show them that you are a, in quote, nigger.
Apart from nigger, you just came back. I just got back.
You're going to have problems. And
they just got, usually most of them will just go back. They just go back from Uyibo.
And that takes me to my next point. Your mode of communication has to be accurate. Sometimes we need to be cautious how we talk to these police officers. I'm going to hit on the officers, how they deal with young men. But I want to talk to the young men first. You need to be conscious how you talk to these officers. Some of them are people's fathers.
Yes.
They are people's husbands. Some of them are people's wives. You need to address them nicely. You need to talk to them very well. Well, I was coming this morning to me, I was driving on top speed, and the road was a bit rough. So I negotiated a bend in a place where I was not supposed to negotiate a bend. And an officer just came at me. I was like, tell me why you took that road. And I was like, I'm sorry, I sprayed the call. and I introduced myself, and I was like, oh, go on. What am I saying? Your mode of communication matters a lot. It's only in this country I see where you will pass one way and you still be insulting a car on his right route, on his right way. Instead of you to say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to negotiate a bend because of the bad road, like the bad spot. You are the one that is wrong and you're claiming right on another person's track. We need to let those things go. You know, I drove in Joburg and I saw how they mark the roads. When you come out of a junction, you wait. The other car that has been there before you goes, then you turn, you negotiate your bend. You know, in this part of the world, everyone just...
Do you know how we use traffic lights at night? Have you tried
Lagos at night?
If it's free,
go. Yes.
It's not that if it is free. They look at the road like this. It's red.
If the road is free,
but one car is...
go.
No. A car is coming, is driving slowly in the opposite direction. That car has the right of way. But you know what they do?
Tell me.
They start moving. They start moving in that direction. Exactly what they want to do. You're wondering, and then the person that has the right of way is trying to avoid being hit, being knocked down at any point in time. You know, these are some of the things that gets people really, really angry and crazy. We're still talking about reasons Nigerian youths are wrongly profiled. Reasons Nigerian youths are wrongly profiled. That's our hard conversation for today. I think the next one is social media profiling.
Yes, right? Social media profiling.
So you go on your social media. I checked a young man that died in, I think it was either Kenya or somewhere outside of Nigeria the last couple of years, the last couple of months.
Okay.
And every time you see this young man in a car, it's always him driving maybe a Benz, you know, he has Jaguar, he has all of these big cars and all of them.
Okay, the celebrity, the socialite that passed on in Kenya.
Passed on, that had an accident.
With the car and died with some ladies in the car.
With some ladies in the car.
I heard about it.
I looked at it and I went back to his profile, checked all of his posts before that time, and you and me can agree that there was everything loud about his lifestyle. And then, you know, he puts that lifestyle on social media. Yeah.
And we need to understand social media is not a hidden place.
So you buy a new car, you put it on social media. You're not an influencer. The people, even our celebrities do it. I want to assume they do it.
Not all of them.
Because the person whose products they've been influencing or advertising gave them a gift.
Yes. And
so they need to appreciate the person publicly.
Yes.
They need to appreciate the person publicly, so they do it.
True.
But in this case, you're just an ordinary person. Everybody's ordinary, mind you. And then you got a new car, maybe on hire purchase. And you're owing money for the next 3 years. You're going to be paying it back. And then the next thing, you put the car on social media, you're showing that you have money. Before the police or the DSS or the EFCC will come after you, they check your social media profile.
Very true.
You're at a friend's party, you want to share, you want to spray 20,000 naira, which obviously you can afford, but you want to change it to $1 just to be able to show that you're spraying dollars. What will happen? They will come after you.
True.
Nobody will see the one on the dollar. They will see dollar before they see the one.
Do you know how many Yahoo boys have been picked up after they went on rampage, throwing money in the air on the expressway?
Or the boys in Benin. Did you see the boys in Benin?
Yes, I saw them.
Who spent about 9.6 million in one night?
True.
Buying drinks?
True.
And did a video of themselves while at it.
To them, they were balling. And putting it on social... You know, I have a problem with people who put everything on social media. It's an addiction.
I told a friend of mine yesterday, I came across a post on my Facebook page and I saw that he posted myself and my kids and my sister's kid. And I said to him, I sent a quick message to him and I said, check my profile. I don't post my children on social media.
Beautiful.
Please delete the picture.
Beautiful.
It's very simple. You need to find a means, a manner. You need to find a means or a manner, you know, to get these things done. Now, another one is the company they keep.
Yeah, and this is really important.
Evil communication corrupts good manners.
Tommy Singh, you cannot be in the company of bad guys
and
not expected to be called a bad guy. You'll still be seen as a bad guy. If everybody in your... Just take, for instance, the two guys at the back of your car are smoking, and you say the police is harassing you.
And you say you don't smoke.
And you say you don't smoke. You have a problem. you have a problem.
You
So
buy an
need to-
open roof car, you're not smoking, you have a bottle of
NSC
just
at the
by your
back
side
seat.
in front. You say you are drinking, they are smoking.
You know, and we need to be really careful. We need to be really careful, especially as young men. You know, another point I really want to take, I can't overemphasize on the company you keep because it's deep.
Yes.
It's really deep. I once said, if you work with 5 wise people, you become number 6. If you work with 5 foolish people, 5 unsmart people, you become
Foolish number
6.
6.
The next number 6, young men are profiled negatively because of the current wave, the current trend. When they see a young man driving a classic car, he's a Yahoo boy. And that's the current wave right now. And we need to...
Well, let me ask a question, Dr. Precious.
Yes.
Do young men need to drive flashy cars?
Told me, say, if
I know
my
it's a choice. I know it's a choice.
if my father is wealthy, or I graduated early and I have a good job, and I'm doing well, come on, I can drive what I want.
You know that if a
provided I'm
woman-
able to
You know that
defend my lifestyle.
if a woman your age drives a Benz, which will cost maybe 16 million naira, and a man your age drives the Benz, which will cost 60 million naira, it's naturally assumed that the woman can drive it because her sugar daddy or her father or her boyfriend or her
Very true,
husband
Thomas.
bought it for her. But when it's a man, you're fingered as a Yahoo boy,
True.
a fraudster.
And we need to correct that.
So I'm asking the question now. The police are wrong for profiling you wrongly, but I also want to ask the question: does it make sense to you that you had 20 million naira and you used 15 million of it to buy a car?
No, Thomas, I won't agree with that. You know why? I have some young men who are very close to me, who are my friends. Let me give you an example. Fekomi is a very young guy. He has his own house. He has his own company bought by him. He drives a Benz. He's doing very well. Mapia is a very young lady.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the old money you have. I'm not talking about business now.
Now, what I'm trying to tell you is you cannot evaluate that they have 20 million.
Some
These
people,
may
do.
have more.
They have more.
Yes.
Some have more, some don't. Some came into money, and the next thing they buy a very flashy
They buy a
car
Benz.
just to be able to, measure up
with their
to
friends.
the peer they keep. So it still comes back to face your life.
Don't try to impress anybody.
Don't measure your success with another person's yardstick,
Or with what you drive.
with what you
Because
drive, with the
boys
kind
are
of
driving
house you
Benz.
live.
You should drive Benz. Come on. But let me also attend to the law enforcement agents. You know, there's a new trend where law enforcement personnel see every young guy driving a good car as a Yahoo boy, fraudster, and they embarrass them, demand unlawfully search their phones. They sometimes arrest them in order to extort money from them. This is happening. We're seeing it.
Yeah.
We're hearing it on a daily basis. I wanna really address this. Law enforcement personnel, the ones who are bad are the ones giving the police force a bad name. Not everybody in the police force is corrupt, but those bad ones are corrupting the good ones. My grandma would say, if you use one hand to touch oil, the oil will rub on the other hands.
fingers.
So if we can cop that, when you meet these young men, engage them in a conversation. Don't just, the first thing you're meeting a young man, you're asking.
Don't jump.
No police officer has ever asked me for my phone. I'm telling you of the truth. Because the way I would communicate with you, you will have sense. Even if I'm wearing a jeans and a face cap, the way I will talk to you, forget
Of
about
course,
the
you
fact
cannot
that
be on native or on. You can just
forget about the fact that I am privileged to be an ambassador for the military. But if I'm even dressed casually, the way I will communicate with you, you will understand this young man knows where he's coming from. By the time they are telling you they want to check your phone, you have given yourself away.
Another thing is, I think at this point, when the military or the police want to actually, profile you or find out, can we adopt the style that was adopted in Dubai? Dubai wanted to catch hush puppy. They didn't go after hush puppy, stopping every associate of his on the road. They spent time doing their due diligence, studying them, got the facts, recorded, got the facts, studied, got the evidence against them, and so they had a watertight case. And when they picked the kingpin, It was only a matter of time they started picking the small flies around them. It's simple. Do your due diligence. That's why you're police officers. Do it intelligently.
True.
In fact, some people will befriend you simply because they want to find out more about you.
Very true.
Be nice. And then sometimes people give themselves away while you're nice to them.
Very
Rather
true.
than you're harassing everybody, tempers are high and all that.
Every
and then
young guy you
please,
see.
let's not be trigger happy. There's this one that I hear now, the police is saying, I will shoot you and nothing will happen. Please, we're pleading with you. Life is important. One life is too much.
And that's
to
the
be lost.
assignment, to protect life and
And
property.
Please protect the lives of people that you find around you. Do everything possible to keep
trigger
them
should be
safe.
the last
Your
option.
trigger should always be at the back, not in front of you. Let it be the last option. Because even when you are in a dire situation and robbers are robbing, you don't see police shoot immediately.
Yes.
So why are we now looking at police shooting when you're just talking to people
Young boys
in front of you?
who have nothing.
We need to close, and we need to round off the conversation.
So,
this
I
morning.
want to close this morning by saying to the young men, thank God we've dealt with the law enforcement agents. I want to say to the young men, stay away from drug. Stay away from drug. Those who stay high will soon die. Stay away from drugs. Zero tolerance to drug abuse is the way out of this. The new pandemic is drug abuse. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. We had a movement last week. We went to Unilag, we went to some secondary schools in Lagos. Drug abuse is becoming the new pandemic.
And it's something we need to deal with.
Everything possible to stay away from drug. Thank you very much.
We'll see you again Monday morning, bright and early. Dr. Precious and I do wish you a beautiful weekend.
Bye-bye.